Hey guys, it's Marilyn. I'm here with your career path pick a card reading, so take a look. Which pile draws you? We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. At the bottom of the deck, when I shuffled all the main cards, we've had the 8 of Wands, which I feel that maybe if you guys are my soul family, we are kind of a group of people who are communicators in one way or the other, so it might be related to that. So take a look and see which pile draws you. If you have chosen, I will start with the reading. Pile number 1, this is your reading. So the first 3 cards in this career path reading will be relative to your life purpose. So your life purpose is basically something you're already doing. You are teaching people what you've mastered within yourself. You have this very specific thing you're good at doing, and when you look back at your life, you will see that in one way, shape, or form you were always doing this to an extent. And what I'm seeing for this group, with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Princess of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, I will show you the cards if you want to see them. The Princess of Pentacles in reverse with that kind of thinking face. And we have the Five of Swords. So, let's start with this. You've overcome a lot of mental blockages relative to what is possible for you within the physical realm. You've had people tell you what you could do. You've had, possibly for a majority of you, you don't come from a very well-established family financially, or you come from some kind of a hardship that was physical in nature. I'm talking here like 3D stuff, living, how to live life, how to get what you need, how to get money for yourself, a place to stay, any kind of hardships like that, that is something that you have experience with. And hence, in big, small, or huge ways, you've always been helping people deal with that. So deal with the loss of something physical, then deal with the brain in the sense of how to make my brain work for me instead of against me, and look for opportunities instead of look for ways to reconfirm what I already believe, which is, that I cannot do anything. I'm just at the mercy of this world and this realm, and, some are more fortunate than the others. And even though the world is unfair, there are still things we can do to make life better for ourselves. And that is something that has always been your message in a way to everybody. And you do have a lot to show for yourself at this point, So this is the life purpose kind of thing. That can change. Life purpose can manifest in many ways, shapes, and forms. So I'm not going into how exactly you are doing this within your lifetime, or how have you done it so far. But the next 3 cards will be related to how you can actually apply that, because we're not looking for career path as what would give you the most money. I mean, of course, we want to have money. That's energy we need it for our lives. But at the point of this reading, what I wanted to achieve is like which jobs you wouldn't. It really depends where are you on your journey, like, how close you are to actually believing that, what you do, what makes you so unique and special, and what you find so much easier than other people, that you can actually be paid for doing like the closest thing to just doing that. And also how to manifest that in your physical reality, that is actually your job in some way, shape, or form. It takes a while to get there for everybody. So this is a general reading. I don't know where you're at, but we're looking at with these next three cards, we're looking at what kind of jobs would actually be good for you. So anyway, here from these three cards, I'm seeing that you are a people person. You know, you deal with struggles, heartaches, regret. One profession that is coming through strongly is teacher. So teacher in any way, shape, or form that you might think. You know, it can go from being, you know, on YouTube and teaching people about some things you've learned from being a teacher at school. Any kind of teacher, really. Painting teacher, I don't know. But working with people, being with people, spending time with people. And although this job, you know, so if you're looking for a direction, if you're perhaps very young and you feel a little bit lost or not sure what direction you could take, also, it's important to note that any job you do, you won't be good at it at first. I mean, you will be good at it, but you won't be perfect at any job you just start doing. But this is something that you could learn easily, that you could like really quickly become good at, is any teaching kind of job. Like that would be easy for you. Like if you're looking for any kind of job, I'm saying it depends where are you on your learning journey. If you're on your, you know, career path journey. So if you are new to this or you're confused about which direction to go and you need money, any kind of teaching, you know, something along those lines would be a good direction to at least think about right now, and think about how you could manifest that in your life. So, you know, okay. That might not be satisfying your need to fulfill your life purpose fully, but it would bring enough satisfaction because you would actually, you know, what you want is you want to see that transformation occur. You want to just see lives change because of your insights. And, you know, when you're working with groups of people, when it's not really one-on-one setting, it's limited what you can do for a person, okay? So, but what is important here with all these lights, you know, you will be spreading seeds, you will be giving seeds to the person. You see this black kind of area here, like nothing can really grow before people, you know, resolve that energy. And you, in any kind of teaching job, you won't be able to resolve it for them. You simply won't have enough time spent with these people to help them actually, you know, make this all glow. I know you understand what I'm saying, but the seeds will be important, you know, and even if you don't see changes in these people right away, you know, you remember some of your teachers from like elementary school or whatever, even if you forgot anything that their subject was about, you still remember some of them being like, oh, you know, they made me feel like I was good enough and like I could do stuff, and that you remember how people made you feel. Did they make you feel big or small? And you will be someone who will make people feel big if you chose to go down this direction of any kind of teaching. You know, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be this, you know, like exactly working with individual pain, but so that is good. Like you spending time with people in a job setting is good. You know, but also teacher as in you're the focus of it in that sense. Ten of Swords. You know, I'm seeing here, you know, therapist, counselor, something along those lines. So that could come after this, after you've experienced this kind of job for a while, or, you know, I'm not really sure, but I'm also getting some religious vibes here. So for some of you, you might be, you know, something within the church. That might be something like a good place for you to get a job, or a place where people actually come and look for, some kind of support or guidance. Like you just being in that story in any way, shape, or form. I mean, I don't know if somebody can just become a priest or if that is something you would want either way, but that is a place where people actually do come for help. So any kind of job there, even if you're just in the store selling things for the church, whatever. I mean, I don't know how it is in your countries where you're from. But anyway, I'm seeing that from this, but that's not the main message. It's just for some of you. An option. Also, I'm seeing, mental therapist, basically, helping people dissolve their negative limiting beliefs about what is possible for them. Just kind of a lot of questioning, a lot of, intense work, really getting to the bottom of it. And, with this bottom of the deck for all groups, like being really straightforward, being really determined and, knowing what to do as well. So right now, advices from witches, we have 2 cards for you, which one of them is prosperity and the other one is magic. So what I'm feeling for this group number 1 is that as you are helping people and as you will be helping people more and more, right now there's a need for you to help yourself in terms of money. You're probably drawn to this reading because you do feel a little bit uncertain about, how you should go about getting money, or, what is okay to take money for or not, or how much money you deserve. I feel like these things are kind of conscious or subconscious, are something that is currently a blockage in your career path. So not just your beliefs about money are blocking your money, of course, that goes without saying, but your beliefs about money are blocking your money, and they're blocking your sense of fulfillment at this time. So what it is important for you to do right now is to, start changing your beliefs about money, basically. Of course, okay, so if you are into tarot, you might also be into affirmations, spell work, color therapy. Anything that draws you, just like trying to change your beliefs about money at this time is something. So the witches, I've asked the witches, like, what is the best possible action you could do for yourself at this moment energetically in order to assist you on your career path, in the highest amount possible. And this is it. So, as you will be saying to the people one day, or to the person you will be working one-on-one with one day, you will say, why do you think, that is not possible for you? Why do you think you couldn't have the money? So that's something you need to do for yourself, and something you need to overcome yourself now, so that later on you could teach people about that too. But you have plenty to teach right now as well. So thank you for watching pile number 1. I wish you all the best on your career path, with your life purpose and with your everything. I hope I will see you again, and goodbye. Group number 2, hello and welcome to your reading. So the first 3 cards will be related to your life purpose. So your life purpose will be something that you're already doing and that you were always doing to some extent. It's just something you're naturally good at, and it stems from, the things you went through and the things you've learned within this lifetime. And it is just something that is easier to you than it is to others, and something you give to others easily, and something that when you give to others, you actually feel fulfilled yourself, because it makes your suffering or what you've had to go through to get there, worth it, because you could have made someone else's journey easier, and that makes you feel good and useful. So this is not related specifically to a job. It can be manifested through a job, but we're looking at this first because the goal of this reading is to sort of kind of find the jobs or directions or energies that would be closer to your life purpose, so you wouldn't feel drained from work, or you wouldn't feel like, the easiest way for you to also get money or to get, abundance and fulfillment at the same time. We will see. But first, We have rebirth. Okay, let me show you each one of these cards, but you've seen all of my cards probably many times. Rebirth, Nine of Swords. I mean, I don't have many decks I use. And the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And with this, I feel that your life purpose will be helping people see the benefit of doing the shadow work, letting them know that even though it is painful to face some of our most painful thoughts, emotions, all of that, fears, whatever, that's where that's where the rabbit is. But rabbit being always representing to me sort of, this abundance and opportunity. And in this case, it is just hidden. And, with this, it's kind of, selling it, kind of the campaigner energy. If you know the 16 personality test, it's the like, come on, yeah, like do this is good, it's gonna be good for you. But it's not like just that, like that you'd be selling it only. You would be an example of that. You're the one who turned your life around, and you want to help people turn their lives around because you went from this, basically, to this. But there would be no going from this to this, if you weren't this, if you didn't admit that you were this. If you thought that everything is fine and that there is no need to change anything, and that we should only look for good and positive thoughts, ignore all the bad shit going on within us so that we could, get somewhere in life or whatever. It is counterintuitive, and that is something that you will be kind of breaking the people's sense of safety for a while, or security with this, because you will be, it's just that you will be so motivated and you will be so confident that what you're doing is good and right. I mean, good and right, that what you're doing works, that what you're talking about, you've been through, you've experienced it, and that there's a benefit. That there's a benefit from doing this, and that from this new beginning, beautiful things can grow, beautiful lives can be born. So, giving up your safety and, when you emerge out of that darkness, in the end, like, life will just become incredible. And let's see, we have 3 cards now. Kind of seeing this is an energy reading, you guys. I will not be telling you do this job or this job or this job. We can see maybe together what it will be about, but these are talking about some kind of energies that you should look for, okay, so this part really depends on where are you in your career path. First of all, how old are you? What is your job experience so far? Where you're at? Are you already somehow involved with your life purpose? So take this part as it resonates. It may be telling you how you could improve or get closer to, to self-actualization in your job that you already love. Or it can be telling you how to, what to look for in your first job ever. So I will not go into details about it. I will just be telling you about the energy I'm seeing, and you see how it applies. So basically, you've got the fire. There is a lot of fire energy. It doesn't really matter what sign you are, guys, or do you really have fire in your chart. This is just, I don't even read tarot in a very... I decide when to use tarot as an entity in my readings, when to not use it in my readings. And also these elements are also here to communicate something to us in the moment. So take it, take it how you feel is right. But I see that you do have this fire. You're a person full of this kind of explosive energy, but also at the same time, you come off as very peaceful. And with the Knight of Wands, you bring the spark. So whatever kind of job where actually you're supposed to bring the spark to something, any kind of, okay, I'm getting entertainment. Any kind of entertainment would be something you would be good at. it depends on, are you looking for your first job? Do you have a lot of experience already? Of course, you've seen the bottom of the deck, Eight of Wands. It's really determined. It's really straight to the point, direct, bold energy, this Eight of Wands. So as I've said, most of you could be some kind of communicators, but communication doesn't need to necessarily always be verbal. And this is maybe, relative to these jobs, I don't know if they are very verbal or not. It doesn't feel like the gist of it is verbal. It feels like the gist of it is actually the energy you bring. I've had to free up some space on my phone in order to continue recording. So I'm not sure exactly what I said last within this reading. Let me think about it for a second. Yeah, I was about to say that you have kind of three. I mean, it may sound strange, but it's like be fire, start a fire, or, this is more like how to gain access to the fire, whatever that fire that you have is, that power that you found after you've battled your own, let's call them demons, but, after you've confronted your own psyche and simply resolved certain things, you've gained a lot of power from that. So any type of, I'm seeing here with this Ace of Wands, I'm actually seeing art, like physically artists. So as I've said, it depends where you are on your career path, journey, whatever. Can you become an artist instantly? But maybe you can, maybe you can start selling your art, because it's like the art is spreading, it can be writing, whatever it is. With this Four, definitely speaking, being a leader as well, kind of showing the way. Speaking, yes. With the Hanged Man, change of perspective, any type of job where your job would be to, change someone's mind about something, convince him of something. I'm not saying that you would want to lie to somebody. I'm not saying that at all, but you're promoting something, or you're an activist in a way, or maybe even politics in big or small way. There is this kind of persuasive, strong energy, strong presence. So you should, when you are considering, where you want to go career path wise, those are some of the things you might want to consider. Just by being yourself in a way, like showing the world what you're made of through any form of art, or, any form of monologue, ultimately, like you could be spreading those seeds around yourself through any form of, there is this speaking part where you would be telling people how to access the fire within them. But with this, there's also this like teaching of the techniques on how to, integrate, how to tackle different kinds of shadows within yourself, and, really make all of your psyche work in your favor to get you to this high-powered state where you can just create whatever you want within your life, where your life can transform, So also kind of life coach type of energy. I'm not seeing, so the first group, I've seen like a bigger groups of people. For you, I don't see like really, really big groups of people that you would be working with. I mean, it might be, it might not be, you will know for yourself, but that's just not what I'm getting from this. Like, you're more like an individual. It's not so much that you're working with the energy as much as you're like making a statement. Of course, you are working with the energy as a result of that, but it's like you staying firm in your vibration, you being that kind of, how would I say that? Like something others can lean on and I don't mean like burden you with their stuff, but like, people change because of how you are stable in your energy. Even though you are accommodating, but not accommodating what is bullshit ultimately. So, these are some of the things to consider when you're choosing a job for yourself. And, we are looking at, making the most out of these energies. And currently, from the Witch's Oracle, you got this advice, banishment. So I've asked the witches basically, what is the best action you could take currently at this time in order to bring you closer to your career goals and your closer to your life purpose, to your self-actualization. And for you, it's the banishment card. And it is important because you need to get rid of the things that you don't need anymore. And these are physical things, like actual people, actual situations, actual, things you're a part of that you're not vibing with anymore. But, as I'm seeing here, you're a very heart chakra person. So it's hard for you, because of all the compassion, to, say like, I don't want to hang out with you anymore. Or, I mean, it's not like you have to say it like that, but, in order to come closer to, living the life you want to live, you can't keep hanging on the things that are no longer working for you. And it doesn't mean, even though some people or situations may be missing out, they may be benefiting from your energy, like it's not your job to enable that and carry everybody's burden on your shoulders, And some things you need to, it's not that you're giving up on them and now they will have no options anymore in their life. Like you're letting go, you're letting things unfold naturally, as the same way the universe loves you, the universe loves everybody else as well. And they're always getting opportunities to move forward if that's what they want with their free will. And you know where you're needed and where you're wanted, and you will feel that and you will move towards that, but you will not be able to move towards that, nor will you have the energy to notice those opportunities if you're spending your time, where you're not appreciated enough, basically, and where where you don't feel useful. Even though you might be wanted there. It's nice to be wanted, but, So, pile 2, I hope that this has assisted you somehow and that you've enjoyed it. I wish you all the best in your life and on your career path as well. So I will see you hopefully another time. Goodbye. So if you've chosen group number 3, this is your reading. So let me show you the cards. So these first 3 cards will be your life purpose in general. And your life purpose is, of course, something that you're already doing in some way, shape, or form, that you are always doing in some way, shape, or form, because it stems from, the biggest lessons you've had in your life. And even though we're always learning and upgrading, when you look back, you kind of see it as well. It depends, of course, where are you on your journey at this point in time. But, you will see a pattern of, what did you never mind giving to others? What made you feel good and useful when what kind of help to the world energized you ultimately? And so the first 3 cards will be just related to that. Like, what is your life purpose? It's probably something you're already doing and that will be developing and that you will be expressing through many forms during this lifetime. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse as the first card. We have the Queen of Cups. And then we also have the 5 of Pentacles. So shitty things happen in people's lives, basically. And this is probably something you've experienced too, I'm seeing courage. that you will be teaching people courage. That is one of the things, that is in your life purpose. But courage about what exactly? So a specific kind of courage is the courage to connect to your emotional body again. Because as these, disappointments and, I'm really drawn to this here. I have to kind of, let me try to, okay, yeah. So you see these two animals chasing each other. I mean, the one animal is chasing the other one, and it's making me think about how, when you open up, when you're vulnerable, when you allow people into your emotional body, when you make decisions, from compassion, from something like, people tend to use that, and you become a prey to many people like that in your life. And this can happen in the early childhood. It can be integrated when people are so young. It can happen later on. It doesn't matter. But the thing is, people build this kind of wall, this kind of coldness, this kind of rigidity to them. And even though they do not get hurt as much, they do not experience this Five of Pentacles as much, which is, being hurt by others, being hurt by how others make you feel. And, people make us feel bad. Like, no matter where you're at, how evolved you are as a person, like when somebody dislikes you, disrespects you, when somebody is mean to you, it's always hurtful. If you are in touch with your power, you will be able to get over it more quickly than anybody else. But, more quickly than, you will be able to see the meaning within it is also, you will be able to learn something from it, but it will never, quite feel good. So why would we, why is it a bad thing then to put up walls and to be rigid? Well, it creates this lack mindset where you can never truly quite get what you want. Because if you think that love is limited, that, compassion is just for the closest members of your family, that, you become kind of hardened to the world, you can never create abundance. In this instance, I'm seeing this King of Pentacles as someone who is abundant, as someone who trusts others, as someone who, just lives a life worth living, essentially, lives from the heart, is secure that, his heart is in the right place, that he can trust the world, at least to an extent, he has that wisdom in this card. But like this, it's like, I'm not gonna. So this is, your life purpose will be to bring people closer, to heal people's relationships with their emotional bodies, to see the both good and the bad emotions as a part of life's richness, life's abundance, like a part of what makes your experience really an experience worth having here in this dimension. That even though you may end up hurt, and you will end up hurt if you're alive and you're a human being, you will end up hurt by others, that, just disconnecting from everything is just throwing everything in the water ultimately. So that's what you're here for, and this is what you've been doing. So now the next three cards will be, kind of about the jobs or the directions or some things to consider, insights about the jobs you could actually, currently do for money, or, we will see. Let's see first what the cards are. So we have the Devil, the Page of Wands, and the Four of Wands. I don't know why. This one, for some reason, looks very funny to me, and I don't think I've ever seen this card as funny before, But in this instance, it's just like, and it tells me about, like, unlike many other people, you actually don't, you have a higher level of tolerance for, grumpy people who are bitter, people who are, and, a lot of people deal with people in their work. And as I've said here with this Eight of Wands, all three piles are kind of related to communication in some way, shape, or form. So it's not a surprise that this one also is a, people, working with people type of energy. And with the devil, it says here that, dealing with difficult people, dealing with difficult people would actually in some way fulfill you and excite you with this Page of Wands here. Like that you love, that is just something you love because that is your opportunity to actually, that's what brings you joy. Because, it sounds strange and, a lot of people don't enjoy. Of course, you don't want any of the close people in your life to, you don't want to be dealing with this energy all the time. But this is an energy with which you've actually loved to work. That's where you feel like you have something to give and, because I feel like that you're secure in your abilities to know how to disarm a person. And that's what sparks you up and, just fuels you. So, even the jobs that people wouldn't take because maybe they're too intimidated of dealing with different types of personalities or what they may encounter, like you would be doing well in those jobs where you have to deal with like many different kinds of characters, basically. Just a second, something has popped on my phone. Okay. Then, you have this spark of joy and this kind of You're an initiator, action-oriented person. Basically, the jobs where you're supposed to initiate something would be good. I'm saying again, so this really depends on your age group or where you are in your, career path, in your career journey. Like, did you ever have a job before, or did you ever have a job that you actually liked? Are you looking to build up towards something better, or are you looking to start somewhere? So you need to apply this to wherever you are. If you're already working with people, this might be, a good time to take on more challenges or, with the Four of Wands, I'm seeing mediator as well, mediator. So you would be good in jobs where, you were somehow between the, client and I forgot the other word for it, but between the business and the client. And you have this ability to, reach a win-win for everybody. So this is a very, useful energy for a lot of things. It can go from, just starting jobs where you would be a hostess or something. I mean, I'm just giving an example here, what's coming to mind, to like, a project manager in a company, or I'm just talking any kind of jobs that are coming to mind relative to this energy. But, an initiator, somebody, who starts a project, starts something. I'm also seeing a good potential for activism here as well, starting a topic or just starting anything new. Startup companies, I'm also seeing that there's something you would be good at. Like just building a business from the ground up is, something you could deal with, and you could carry that through as this, kind of mediator energy that would be keeping all of it together. But, any kinds of moods of people you could deal with. So that is something to consider on your career path. And now I will be... Okay, so I've asked the Witch's Oracle for one advice card for you relative to your career path, but we're looking for what activity or what activity you could do, what is the best thing you can do for your energy at this moment in time that will be the best for you to thrive as soon as possible, to get I just got stuck. To get as close as possible to your career goals, to your higher self, just to get. And it is this passion card, this fire card. And, I feel like life might be a little dull for you at times currently, and that you're not stuck, but that you are spending your time on working some things out, and probably you still have some worries here with this card. I mean, now I'm just seeing it as like your heart is in the right place, but you are worrying about some things that could be money related, job related, just like how you're gonna organize your whole life. How is it gonna go? You don't have the answers to that, and that keeps you out of really enjoying yourself, enjoying your time here, feeling the enthusiasm, feeling the potentials, that like just tapping into that energy so that you can create it eventually in your life. Worrying about it as conscientious as it makes you, like, I also sometimes I understand this energy, because I feel like, okay, it's the responsible thing to do, to worry, but it's really not. That's also like social programming that we've adopted. I mean, our worries tell us something. They tell us about our fears, and what our fears mostly need is they mostly need us to understand them, caretake of them, comfort them, give them some of our attention, basically. So, maybe give some attention first to those most painful emotions that you're experiencing at this moment in time. Give those some attention, give those some love, and then when you're able to let go of some of that worry, look for what sparks you. And it doesn't even matter which direction you go at this point in time. Just, look for that spark. And I feel that there are many, many, many things that would spark you if only you would allow yourself to have these experiences and to go into that energy, which is not of worry. And, it's okay that you don't have it figured out yet. A lot of people don't. And even the ones who do, they still want more, they still desire certain improvements in their life. That just doesn't stop. Nobody ever truly has it figured out. Even if you've gotten to a point in your life where, you feel proud of what you've accomplished, you're not done, not even nearly. So don't worry about that. You can't get it wrong. And, your time here is limited, and, how do you want to spend it? Obsessing over, there is no perfect way of doing things. I mean, I feel this because I'm also an overthinker, and I really do understand. But, this is the advice from the Witches' Oracle. So from the consciousness of all the witches, basically, is what I've pulled this card from. And, they gave you the strongest message here. So, and this is really emphasized for you right now. So I hope that you've enjoyed this reading, pile number 3. And I hope that you've got some insights from it. I wish you all the best on your career path and on your, in your life in general. And I hope that I will see you again in the future. I wish you a lovely day, and goodbye.